Hi, my name is Stuart. I thought I'd make this video just to update on how I'm doing with my park running. I haven't given up. I'm still doing my running. I think probably one thing that's changed is that my regime was 2 days of running, then a day of rest. I've sort of switched to a day of running and then rest, run, then rest, run, rest on that kind of schedule. But I'm beginning to think whether really that is going to get me the sort of improvements that I want to get. So my best time, I'm 60 years old by the way. Yeah, my best time is 29 minutes 20 for 5K, which I did on an all tarmac course. Quite a fast course that was really. But since then, that was about 6 weeks ago, I haven't in a park run inside 30 minutes. I've been running more or less around about, I don't know, 30 minutes 20 in the park runs that I've been doing. I actually did an all grass park run in Nottingham about a month ago on a really hot day. And this was a week after I ran 29:20 and I ran 30:22 and I was disappointed because I thought, well, I ran 29:20. I've had quite a big training week as well. I ran two 10Ks and a 5K during the week. I expected to run inside 30 minutes again, but I didn't. I ran 30:22 and it was quite hard. I went off a bit too fast, running the first mile in about, I don't know, 9 minutes, 15 seconds or something. And but I've since come to realize that actually that 30:22 was quite a good time because since then, yeah, I've been running around about that sort of time on easier courses. But the course that I normally do every week, it's 60% grass and 40% tarmac. So it's not really that fast a course. My best time on that is now about 30 minutes 20. I'd like to get inside 30 minutes for that. And I ran quite a hilly 5K, a new course on Saturday. I wasn't feeling that well actually. Maybe I shouldn't have run, but I ran that, well, according to my watch, I ran that in 30:15 on my Garmin, but for some strange reason they got me in at 30:29. So I'm not too sure how they managed that, but I think the right time for that was 30:15. I can only imagine something went wrong with the timekeeping there. That was quite a hilly course, and although I wasn't feeling too well, that wasn't a bad time really for that course. It was a real park run, and it had some quite steep hills in it. Now that was on Saturday. I went out running on, let me see, I had a 2 day break, and I went out running on Tuesday, and it was fairly warm. It was quite a warm day. It was like plus 24 or something. I shouldn't really have gone out when it was so hot, but I wanted to get a run in on that day, and I really struggled to be honest with you. And I clocked in running. I don't know. I think it was about 4 miles at 10 minutes 30 roughly per mile. Now I normally run on my training runs around about 10 minutes a mile or just inside. So at 10:30 I thought, that wasn't really such a good run, but it was hot and it looks like the heat really does make an impact on how fast you run. Now that was Tuesday, then I had a break Wednesday, did some leg exercises at home, and I've been out this morning and I've had a run. Yeah, the weather's been absolutely perfect for it. It's been sort of quite cool, and I've got the details here. So I know there's a lot about zone 2 running. Um, you know, I run my heartbeat, if my Garmin is to be believed, I tend to run at about between, I don't know, 140 to 145 beats per minute. So I don't know if that counts as zone 2, but I went out today on a 6K run, and the first mile I ran in 10 minutes. And I just thought to myself, well, let's try and push this a bit. Let's try and really work a bit harder on this training run, and let's attack the hills. So when I came to a hill, instead of shuffling up it or sort of, trying to get up but without doing too much damage to myself, I really attacked the hills, got up them, because that's what really slows down my average time. If you're doing, say, 10-minute mile pace and then you hit a hill, which for 20-30 seconds you're running at like 13-minute mile pace. It really drags your time down. Yeah, so I attacked those hills, and let me see what my time. Let me just tell you what my stats are for that time. So yeah, it was 5.95k, and I ran that in 35 minutes 18, 5 minutes 56 average pace per kilometers, and 143 BPM average heart rate. I was sweating a lot at the end, but I felt reasonably good. You know, I felt like, I mean, I was looking forward to getting to the end of it. I admit that there was a lamppost that I fixed on for the last 200 meters, and I thought, right, I'm going to finish it there. Once I knew I'd gone over 5k, I thought I'll run for that lamppost. There were two lampposts. One was closer than the other, actually. And I thought, no, I'll go for the one that's further away. Yeah. So yeah, 5.95k, average speed 5:56. Well, that's inside 30 minutes, isn't it? That's like a 29 minute 40 5k. Yeah, this is on the streets with some hilly terrain, mostly flat. So I suppose now that I would count that as quite a hard run. Oh, I also set my fastest mile in that. I think my previous fastest mile that I ran was about 9:17, and I got it down to 9 minutes 12, and that was near the end when I was pumping up the pace. So yeah, I felt quite pleased with this run. It was much better than the run I did the other day at 10:30 per mile, where I was really struggling in the heat. So yeah, so let's see how it goes on Saturday. I've got my normal course, which I do every week, which is about 40% is concrete or tarmac, and the rest is grass. It's fairly flat. So let's hope that I can get inside 30 minutes this time. And apart from that, I feel like I should be improving more. And I'm just wondering what to do. What's missing from my training? Maybe a long run every week is missing from my training, and that if I could maybe put in a slow 8-mile run every week, it would actually help me, because most of my runs are like between 3 and 4.5 miles that I do during the week. Also, maybe I should go back to running 2 days consecutively and then having a rest rather than every other day, because I don't know, it'd be nice to run 5 days a week and then have 2 days of rest rather than say run 4 days a week and have 3 days of rest. Yeah, the only other thing is that I feel like I could lose a bit of extra weight. I could maybe drop 4 or 5 kilos. That would improve my time as well, but I'm letting that come off. It is coming off slowly but surely. Okay, thanks. And you know, if you got any comments, I look forward to reading them. Bye for now.